I am Sergio Iasi, Managing Director of Prelios S.p.A, and would like to take a moment to discuss the important and complex work we have carried out over the last 2 years and introduce you to an extraordinary project, which is changing the face of Prelios, boosting the company's recovery and ensuring that the market and our shareholders can benefit from a business model able to compete with the major global players. What is more, we are 18 months ahead of schedule with regard to the business plan originally developed. Thanks to the huge efforts made by us all, Prelios is now back on the radar of Italian international institutional investors seeking operational partners. As an introduction to the topic, I would like to briefly summarize the main results achieved through our work over the last 2 years. We have moved the service platform from a captive market to a non-captive one and resolved the ongoing complex cash flow issues. Indeed, in the past, a large part of the company's resources were absorbed by investments and shareholdings. At the same time, we took steps to address the business side of things, moving our portfolio of assets away from a captive market. 2 years ago, over 80% of the group's total income was generated on the captive market. That percentage has now fallen below 40%. We ensure effective and positive oversight over all the market segments in which we operate. Over the last 2 years, there has been no major transaction on the market without Prelios acting as an advisor to the main Italian international investors. Over the last 2 years, there has been no major transaction on the market without Prelios acting as an advisor to the main Italian and international investors. At the same time, and just as importantly, we have halved our operating expenses, both at business and holding level. In terms of investments, we have put in order the investment portfolio and the real estate holdings which had accumulated over the years. We have developed and structured this investment pipeline to free the company from assets no longer considered core, and today we are delighted to say that this complex action plan is over 60% complete. So in a sense, we have created the conditions for the spin-off of the investment portfolio, while at the same time stabilizing the divestiture process and regaining both credibility and the trust of our lender banks.
Abbiamo quindi in buona sostanza creato le condizioni per lo spin-off del portafoglio investimenti, stabilizzando al contempo.
On 6 August, the board of directors gave the green light at the consolidation project for the investment portfolio and the related share capital increase, both at holding and spin-off vehicle level, which we have provisionally named Centauro. We have therefore called an extraordinary meeting to be held on 16th October to decide on the share capital increase. These steps mark the final and positive conclusion of the in-depth restructuring conducted by the company over the last 2 years. The spin-off has created 2 separate companies, a listed service company known as a pure management company, free from holdings and non-core investments, and a large portion of corporate debts, and Centauro, where we intend to concentrate all the real estate assets, which will be used exclusively for the orderly divestiture of these investments and the repayment of the related debts. Let's have a look at some of the main characteristics of the spin-off transaction. The transfer of the investment portfolio to the new vehicle, Centauro, will be aligned with the market and carrying values. This will be supplemented by over 70% of the corporate debts currently allocated to the Prelios Group and 20 million euros in cash, which Prelios will transfer to the new vehicle. Upon transfer of this business unit, a new share capital increase of 12 million euros will follow, fully subscribed and already guaranteed by Pirelli, Intesa and Unicredito. The aim is to furnish the vehicle at this point with all the financial and economic resources necessary for completing the business plan, and therefore the definitive liquidation of the investments over a time frame estimated between 36 and 48 months.
L'azienda seguirà immediatamente un nuovo aumento di capitale per 12 milioni di euro, interamente sottoscritto e già garantito da Pirelli, Intesa ed Unicredito.
As a result of the creation of Centauro, the company will no longer fall within the Prelios scope of consolidation. However, Prelios will continue to own a minority stake, representing 25% of the voting rights, equal to the partners who sign up to the share capital increase. Centauro will be an independent and self-sufficient company, both as regards management, with its own management team, and the economic financial structure, so that we will benefit from all the necessary resources and a work program able to ensure that the liquidation of the company and its portfolio may occur, as I said earlier, within a time frame of 36-48 months. However, Prelios will continue to own a majority of economic rights within this vehicle, which is fairly normal practice in operations of this kind. Why is this? Basically, if we adhere to the roadmap and objectives of the business plan, It will probably also enable us to restore wealth both to company and to the market itself.
È abbastanza comune all'interno di operazioni di questa natura. Questo perché? Perché questo ci consentirà eventualmente, se rispetteremo la tabella di marcia e gli obiettivi del business.
As I was saying, there will be a specific share capital increase at Prelios. This has already been fully guaranteed by the pool of lender banks for an overall amount of 66.5 million euros. The destination of this amount is already known. 48 million euros will be used for repayment or early repurchase of the debt owed to banks. 12 million euros will represent a further injection of liquidity to support operating requirements within Prelios, and 6.5 million euros will be used to the repurchase of the 10% minority holding currently held by Intesa Sanpaolo in Prelios SGR, a strategic company of our group. As a result of this maneuver, Prelios will be able to start from a net financial position close to zero, and above all, with a well-balanced cash flow structure, which will ensure absolute support to its core business. We intend to complete this transaction between December 2015 and January 2016.
E soprattutto con una struttura di flussi di cassa ben bilanciata e assolutamente a supporto del suo
What conclusions can be drawn at the end of this brief presentation? We are proud to say that 18 months ahead of schedule, with regard to a strategic plan launched 2 years ago in March 2013, we are now able to ensure that both the market and our shareholders can benefit from a company which is totally repositioned in the services sector, with a greater and better access to the capital market and a business model which is totally unique in Italy and without doubt highly competitive in European terms. Thank you.
E con maggiore e migliore accesso al mercato dei capitali ed un business model assolutamente unico in Italia e sicuramente molto competitivo in Europa. Grazie.